This would be a good little catfish rod. This would be a good rod for a striper. Look here, folks. Oh my goodness. Look here. Now that's a big son of a gun right here. We're probably not going to even put him in the boat. I'm not going to try to. Look here. Woo! I thought that was a doggone. I hope y'all caught a glimpse of him. Let me get him back up here. There he goes. That felt just like a giant blue. I mean, I knew we just had a blue. Golly. That fish had some power. Well, good morning, folks. It's Richard Gene, the fishing machine here. Currently, it's about 74 degrees. Boy, that's a big difference from what we've been experiencing. The temperature is dropping at night, and it has been for the last 3 weeks. And it's dropping the surface temperature on the water, and fish are beginning to be active, real active. But right here today, I'm anchored in about 24 feet of water, right on the edge of the Tennessee River. And behind us, there's some blue catfish. They're right on the edge of this drop right here. There's a lot of bait fish, and as far as surface temperature goes, it's about 74 degrees right now this morning. Water's falling pretty quick for this time of the year. We're gonna fish with medium action rods today, 30-pound test line, bass tackle, really, just kindly heavy bass tackle is all we're going to be doing today. The reason is, well, because the current is not strong. It's usually a lot stronger than this in the Tennessee River, and that warrants a big reeling rod to catch them with, an amberjack reeling rod to catch some of these blues. But as far as what size of fish is in here, I don't have any idea. But I do know there's some fish in here. So let's get set up. Hey, it's a beautiful day. Let's catch a fish. Hang with me for a few minutes and let's see what we can do. Oh, I've done lost it this morning. All right, folks, everything that I have in the boat is medium action stuff. Bass rods. But this is just an old Cadence reel right here. It's old. I have 30-pound test braid on it. The rod's light as a feather. I mean, we're fixing to have some fun. Well, ain't no doubt. This is a 1/4 ounce egg weight with a bead, beefy swivel, and this is 30-pound test mono, trilene big game mono, 3/0 Gamakatsu circle hook. That's a knotless knot. This is a trilene knot. And this one right here is a Palomar knot. And that's all we're doing. I'm going to set 2 of them out back here behind us. And we'll see if there's any fish in here. If they're in here, it shouldn't take long to hook up. And what we're going to be using is gizzard shad. And all I've done right here to it is split it, cut its head off to free up some scent. We'll see if they're in here. If they're in here, they'll come to this bait pretty quick. And what we're going to do, I just opened his mouth, hooked him through the nostril just like that. Okay, let's send 2 of these out and see what we can do. Now, I'm in 24 feet of water right now, anchored over the top of 24 feet of water, but I just made a cast into about 21. And like I said, there's a lot of rocks. Make sure that drag's set so we don't break that line. You never know what size of fish are in here, folks. All right, that should be good enough. We're going to put it in the rod holder, just like that. And the wind has got my boat blowed around sideways. I hope the wind kind of lets off a little bit, but if it does, it does. If it don't, it's don't. on, folks. And a good one too. The dead blasted wind don't want to cooperate with me, so I'm having to fish all kinds of different ways. But this is a blue cat. Okay, folks, he's come over here to the other side right here. My goodness. On this kind of tackle, they do fight. But I'm hoping to catch something a little bit bigger than this one. This one ain't too bad. We'll land him right over here. He's a healthy fish. But like I said, doggone it, I missed one. And it was probably about the same size as this one. He just didn't hook up, is what happened. Let's get our net right here. I'm a little bit shook up. Usually when a blue cat hits, they'll hook themselves, especially with these smaller hooks like this. But that's not a bad fish, not really. It's a good one to break the ice with. Quit. Now you're done. Doggone thing. Why you gotta be so darn mean? That's a fat fish right there. Golly. He's bigger than what I thought he was. Let's put him right here. Let's look at him. We're going to release him. That fish has got a heck of a stomach on him. Big old stomach. I still get comments about these circle hooks. Richard, they're hard to get out there. All you got to do is just grab it as close as you can to the point and just twist like that, and they come right out just easy as they. They'll save you fish. If you're a catch and release fisherman like myself, they will save a fish from dying, folks, no doubt. It'll keep from gut hooking the fish, and that's why I like them. All right, folks, let's take a look at him right here. Real fat, healthy blue cat right there. There's some out here bigger, I know, but really, one that size is a handful on the tackle like I'm using. So if that's all I caught out here today, that size, I would be tickled to death. Now what's happening right now, the weather's changing. It's overcasting over a little bit. I like that. When it comes to catching blue cat or even flathead, I like overcast weather. I believe they bite a lot better, but let's let him go. Great little fish right there. Great way to start off. Okay, let's let him go, folks. I done that real quick. There he goes. I see him down there about 6 feet. 5 or 6 feet deep is about as far as I can see one. Probably more like 5 feet. All right, let's bait up and throw it back out there. But these rod holders are pretty cool right here. These are monster rod holders. You see, you can put one here and then one sideways if you get in a situation where you're getting a crosswind like this. And also, I have a couple cheaper ones up front right there if I get into a situation where the boat is blowing crazy or whatever. Wind changes here in the Tennessee Valley. Account of all the mountains we have. It really does. It'll blow hard for a while and all of a sudden it ain't blowing for a little bit. It's something else. But let's catch another. Whoa. Whoa! These are good hooks right here. Gamakatsus right here. Octopus circle hooks. That's a 3/0. That's what I've been using here lately. Using, you know, the lighter tackle like I've been using out here for these blues. We're going to go ahead and tie leader. For those of y'all who watches this channel, y'all see it all the time, but we might as well do it for those of y'all who just now watching Richard Gene the Fishing Machine. But this is a 30-pound test leader right here. It's a Trilene Big Game. That's the leader I'm using. But anytime, and I stress this, that you have a hook where the offset is running opposite of the point, like that, This hook is specifically designed for either a knotless knot or a snell knot. And usually, y'all excuse me, y'all watch them rods for me. Usually I'll tie the knotless knot for catfish because it's a strong knot. It's a real strong knot, easy to tie. Look here, just stick it through there like that and then go around about 7 times, at least 7 times. There's 4, 5, 6, 7 times. Then take the tag in, which I've cut a piece of line here 2 feet. I can't help it, folks. 2 feet long. And then stick it through the backside like that. And then cinch it up tight. Okay, just like that. Now you can leave that. We're fishing for catfish, but I'll usually cut it to where there's about 3/8 of an inch. 3/8 of an inch of it. I don't know why. It's really not necessary, but I'll do it. I'll cut it off about like that. I don't know. I'm a neat freak. But okay, we're gonna tie us a swivel on. And I'm going to use, being it's a 30-pound test line, I'm just going to use a uni knot to do that. I'm distracted a lot because there's a lot of gar popping the top of the water. Anytime something hits the top of the water, I'm aware. I'm on it. I've always been that way. But I'm aware of everything that's going on too much sometimes. Okay. Big beefy, that's a team catfish swivel right there. I'm just going to run it through there and just tie a uni knot. Make a loop. And a uni knot's a strong knot, especially when it comes to pretty heavy line like 30-pound test up. So that's one. I'm going to go through there about 5 times. Uh-oh. Did y'all see that? The fish didn't hook itself. That was either a big gar or a cat. I'm not for sure. But anyway, we're going to go ahead. If it was a catfish, you'd think it'd hooked itself, but cinch it up like that. That's a good knot. It's strong enough for medium action rods with a lighter drag. Now if I was using big old heavy stuff, I'd tie a Palomar knot. Okay, but a uni knot is a strong knot. I want to let that be known. Okay, now what I'm going to do is just put a, y'all excuse me, 1/8 ounce or 1/4 ounce sinker on here. Now, I like to use as light of a sinker as I possibly can. Just enough to keep it on the bottom. I feel like I get more bites that way. I'm distracted terribly right here, folks. Y'all excuse me. Okay, y'all see what I'm talking about right here? The wind let up and the current right here, y'all can see that water moving just slightly. Overtook the wind. So now we're fishing proper behind the boat. So that's, you know, and in 2 or 3 minutes or 5 or 10 or whatever, things could change. All of a sudden this boat could just go back around account of the wind. It's, you just have to make little adjustments like that and kind of fish as well as an advantage as you can. Let me put it that way. The best that you can, make the best out of it. But if it'll stay like this, is what I want right here. This is exactly what you want right here. If it'll stay that way, and you never know, it might, but might's his own chickens. Let's catch another. Whoop, getting a bite right here on this one, folks. Golly, what a big old boat. That's the USS Minnow. I got these rods in the front rod holders. Count that the wind got so bad. The wind got so bad it just plumb turned this boat around. I'm talking about. But we're getting a good bite right here. There he goes. There he goes, folks. Yep. Yep, there he goes. And here comes some big waves. Let me get off of this deck. Okay. This fish is coming my way. I'm glad he did too. That was a barge bite, by the way. You know, you keep hearing barge bites and stuff like that. That's what that was. That was a barge bite. He come to me. I think that's the first one today that's done that. The rest of them went away from me. Oh my goodness. No wonder. Look here, what a fish. This is a big gar. Golly, what a gar. Look at there, looky there, and there's my hook. It's just sort of got him wrapped around the bill there. Oh, look here, what a monster. That's a monster right there. Wow, that fish hit that on the bottom. Yeah. Big old long-nosed gar. Barge bite. Look at there, what a fish. I would get my leather glove. I got a leather glove in here, folks. And grab him, but I'm afraid I might grab some hook right there. Oh, no. I don't really know what to do right there. I could. Let's see what we got. Let's see if I got those gloves with me. Let's see. No, I don't. I ain't even got them gloves with me. So I might try to net him. But I don't think there's no way in the world I can net him with this little net. This dude right here is over 50 inches. Golly. I can't believe I got that fish in that net. Oh man, this is a big old fish. This fish is, I ain't even got my tape measure, but he's way over 50 inches. I'm gonna get this hook out of him. And we're gonna take a look at him because that is an impressive fish right there. That's a monster gar, folks. That fish is thick. Look how thick he is across the back. My. But I want y'all to look what a fish right here. That's the biggest darn gar right there. Let's let him go. He's beating me to death in here. Big old fish. Let's let him go. Alright, folks. Oh, God. My goodness. That's a monster right there. Let's let him go. Oh, man. That thing like to tore this boat all to pieces. I should have tried to let him loose at the boat, but I couldn't hardly do it. Man, what a fish. I'm cleaning the floor up. Y'all wouldn't believe it, the slime that was on the bottom of it. That gar slimed this whole floor up to where I was slipping and sliding all over the place. I about got it cleaned up good enough to function right now. Golly. I want y'all to look right here, folks. Let's see what we got. Oh, this is a big, big fish right here. Your call has been forwarded. Golly, he started stripping drag all of a sudden. I mean quick. Now right now, I've had this happen a lot of times. This rod right here, it could double over. It could absolutely double over. Matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and let's stick that in the rod holder. Let's get this one out of the way. I got a fish on this one now. I'm in a mess, folks. All right, I'm just gonna put this one. There's a fish on it and I didn't know it. That could be a flathead on that one. Let's go ahead and do what we got to do. That ain't this something? Golly. Man, we're in a mess right here. I want y'all to look what kind of mess I'm in. I'm in a heck of a mess right here. Daggone it. As long as he stays back that way, we're fine. As long as he don't get in this anchor, I'll watch that line right there. As long as he stays back here, he's hooked. I was afraid that was going to happen. That's why I wanted to get that rod out of there. Oh, these blues is running right on the edge of this river. Right on the edge of the Tennessee River. Okay. Yeah, that fish is going that way. That ain't good. Y'all see that? I don't want him to go. I don't want him to get an anchor. Let me just forget about that one. We'll focus on this one. That's all I can do. Anchoring, positioning that boat just so on these break lines when these fish are traveling the edge of break lines is critical, folks. He's still there. That fish is still there. See him, he's loading up that rod. He's just swimming around. But that ain't enough tension to get him tired, I guarantee you. Look at him bowing that rod. Alright, here he is, first glimpse of him. Big old cat. Okay, we gotta keep him out of the motor. Gotta keep him out of the motor. And what I'm gonna do is net him right here. And then we'll try to hang it on this rod holder. And then we'll work with the other one. There we go. No, it ain't letting me. There you go. Come on back here, boy. That's a big catfish, folks. Golly, Mom. I tried to get him to swim in the net and he wouldn't. God. All right. Oh, me. Yeah, powerful fish. Okay, come on, boy. Got him. Let's hang him right there. Woo. Okay. Hang the net right there. Now let's deal with this one. If I can get the rod holder out. Get it out of the rod holder. I've never seen nothing like this, folks. This thing is jammed up perfectly in this rod holder. Got it out. I got it out. Now then. And that fish come off. Lord have mercy. He did. After all that fish come off. I'm putting this rod. What about that? That was a big fish, folks. But I'm putting this one back up. I'm not using it today. The distance from right here to here is just right to lock it up in here. What about that? I'll never use that again. But that fish his whisker hooked, or he wouldn't have come off. Yeah, that's a big one. Okay, I'm gonna put a little water right here. I always do that to protect their slime coat. But this is a big fish. He ain't very long, but he ain't nothing but a football now. That's a good one right there. I'm gonna go ahead and take advantage of this. That hook is in the right place. Position, let's check her rod. It's gone, my goodness. Okay, let's check this out. See, he was hooked good right in the corner. Alright, he's out. So let's check him out. That's a big old mean blue right there. What he weighs, I don't know. Y'all know as much. That's a big one. Let's let him go. That's a mean son of a gun. I had a hard time putting him in the boat. Woo! They ain't nothing like the sport of fishing. Quit. Golly. Big old pretty thing, you. I done that quick. Probably, I don't know, 4 minutes. That was pretty quick. But I'm going to go ahead and revive him right here. I got him with these grippers. As long as he don't try to drag me out. Okay, let's let him go. I believe he's ready. Yeah, he's going to sink down there to the bottom. All right. Nothing like it, folks. Nothing like it. He has slimed up. I want y'all to look at the slime right there. But now that's okay, because if you're catting, a good cat jacker knows you're gonna get slimed all over the place. Hey man, woo, let's catch another one. You know, folks, catfish are a very fascinating fish to me. Here on river systems like I fish, the Tennessee River, the Coosa River, big river systems, catfish, the current enhances you to catch catfish. If you anchor in the correct place, and most of the time I look for break lines, and I also look for rocks, trees, any type of cover that's on the break line when I'm targeting catfish, whether it's blue cat, channel cat, or even flathead catfish. But the main thing is that when I anchor onto these spots right here, I'm looking for shad. I'm looking for shad because forage is very important, and usually, for the most part, most of the time of the year, shad's going to migrate down drop-offs. They're going to use these areas just like a deer uses a fence line to travel. Now, there's a lot of different ways you can approach it, catfishing, as far as bait. Me personally, I like skipjack herring and shad, gizzard shad, big gizzard shad. But I always will either chunk them up, in other words, cut them crossways, or if they're small enough, I'll just cut their tail off and split them. And sometimes I'll cut me a flapper shad out of them, which is a very effective technique when it comes to, especially for flatheads, excuse me, and also blue cat. But it's very important to cut your bait, whatever you're going to use, even if it's bluegill, to where some scent is released. And that is really all they are to catfishing, that and location. If you're not getting a bite within 15 or 20 minutes after anchoring into an area, I would suggest pull up your anchor and just keep looking for fish, because it don't take long. These fish will find that bait pretty quick. Even here, I get a drillagins. The drillagin is a gift. A drillagins comes when you appreciate life. I want to say God bless each and every one of y'all. Thank y'all for watching. And remember, we go fishing when you can, because it's good food.